Hello everyone, welcome to another video with Cass on the Maizuma channel. I prepared two videos for you guys. This first one aims at convincing you of how powerful and practical data transmission can be in Minecraft. So for that I prepared two really nice examples. Hopefully you guys are gonna love it. And the second video is the one where I'm going a lot more technical with in-depth explanations and tutorial. So for this project, I made a total of 3 maps. Those 3 will be available in one single file that you can download, so you can play with the examples and also try to build it if you want. So let's get started. In this first example, I am in a working room here, and I have a storage facility back there. So what I can do here is to select what I want, and this is a selector panel. Basically, it allows me to change it anytime. And once I know what I want, I just have to hit the confirmation button. This lamp will blink, indicating that some sort of information is being sent back there. And this funny thing you see here is a kind of pipe. It's faster than hoppers would be for that distance, but it's not optimal. So after a while, our item just arrived, and this is exactly what we requested. So I just have wool in here just to mention that we were able to get all of those stacks with a single click. And this could be a toolbox, for instance, and anything really that you wanted from your device. And basically, you can connect a lot of different devices in here, like farms or anything that you have from a distance on a multiplayer server, for example, and request things from a distance. So let's maybe request another item, maybe this box in here, and then close our trapdoor, send the information, and now we'll do a little explanation. So this is the system, and it's mostly focused on being expandable. So the orange circuit is the selector panel, which by the way has a pretty nice feature which allows you to turn it off. So if I click any of the buttons, I can actually turn the entire panel off, which is cool, you know, and could be used to select a minecart station, for instance. By the way, our new item arrived. So let's place those in here just as a reminder, and I can clear my inventory. All right, so after your selection is done, you use the red circuit because all of those selections are deactivated. I can select maybe the first one in here, and then you will see that this turns off, but this line is not enabled. Then there's the black circuit. It's just a decoder, and what it does is it converts your selection here. By the way, we have 8, and 8 is a number that can be expressed in binary using 3 bits, and this is why we have those 3 lines in here. So those 3 lines are for data, and this one is kind of a synchronization bit. So all this data that you have works as a code. So for each of the things that you want to request, I have only 8 here, but it could be 64 things that I could request, for example. And you just need to number them from 1 to 64. Then we create this number in here, and then the brown circuit will do a little bit of a conversion. And the reason is because we need 3 lines of power here to create our code. But then we do a conversion here, and the 4 lines or 3 lines become only 1 line that you can see here. And this is called parallel to serial data. So basically, the bits are sent one by one to this other side. And here, basically, I have chests full of items of interest. And well, once the code gets in here, it gets decoded by this circuit in here. And then you can see the code here. Let's maybe hit something more, something easier to recognize here. Okay, after clicking the confirmation button and actually sending the code, we can see the 101 here. So this is binary. So what I do now is transform this into a number that we can select. So this is what the green circuit does. It takes a binary code and transforms it into a into a signal strength level. So if you see here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down here, and up here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you look here, only one torch is activated corresponding to the sixth element, which is 5 in binary. Let's not get into the technical details. I promised I wouldn't do that. So basically, this torch will activate a dropper. Dropper will put the shulker box inside this tube here, and then whatever item gets in here will be detected by the comparator, and then it gets sent away to whatever place you desire. And this is how this application works. So as I mentioned before, this is just one of the many applications of being able to send a code far away. It could be numbers. It could be a mini game where you have multiple controls. You could store numbers. For instance, if you have a certain amount of an item, it could be stored as well, and all of the information would be transmitted using a single line of redstone dust, which is pretty cool. The second example is probably easier to understand. So here we have two devices, and they are connected as well by a single wire. So this basically allows me to change things in here using these levers. I'm making this vertical so I have to fly, but in survival you would make this on the floor. And then hit the button and information gets sent to the other side and then gets decoded by the other panel, and now we have the two exact same shapes in there. I could as well turn all it off and send a blank screen to the other side. Just to show you that you can send, it's not data driven, so you can send a 0 through serial communication. So now, just for fun, since you guys already understood how this is going to work, I will do a few shapes and send it to the other side. This would be a representation of the sun, an arrow pointing sideways, a smiley face with a nose in the middle, looks like a clown face, a heart to remind you to like this video so you can help my channel grow, a big X, a small X, a big J ladder, McDonald's. Yeah guys, and all of this with just a 5x5 panel. And let's take a look at the redstone. I did my best to make this a repeatable and expandable pattern. Don't worry about the redstone dust here. Because of these repeaters, everything can be expanded here. The input can be expanded. Basically, this is the... I'll try my best to not get technical here. This is the parallel interface, because you have all the information at the same time here, and with the wire here, every little bit here is sent bit by bit to the other side. Yeah, this took me a lot of time to do because the game has a lot of bugs and we have to deal with that kind of stuff. This doesn't need any pistons. You can see I used one piston here because I was too tired to think of a silent design, but of course I fixed that later. And then this other guy here is going to use the science circuit as a receiver, and the lime circuit here basically manages the panel, so that it manages the panel in what I believe is a smart way for the serial transmission thing to be fast enough and decent. The green circuit, I showed you guys many times this. It basically maps the information that is stored inside the gray memory in here, and it maps it into each individual 2x2 pixel here in the front. And yeah, so this is the memory section. It stores whatever you send through this wire. This is the receiver station, the science circuit, and then this is the manager things, and those are all the modules that you need for this thing. So hopefully these two examples that I gave to you guys in this video are going to be enough to pique your interest so that you can watch the technical explanation for all of this. And yeah guys, if yes, please, wow, please comment if you think this is interesting, and if you like this kind of content, maybe subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you soon.